Hello, hello, hello. Let me do something here real quick, see if that changes it. Does not change the output to stream chat to read only. Maybe it does. Hi, I am Dadthewise. Today we're going to play Final Fantasy XIV again. I haven't been on for a while, doing things with my children before they head off to school. You know, like dads do. And so today I thought I'd try a little something different. And so this is what's going to happen today. Today I'm actually going to answer some questions. No one's asked me any questions, not really. But I figured I would go ahead and thank you Clipsy for subscribing. I figured I would go ahead and read some questions from Reddit, different channels, and you guys can tell me what you think. I'm going to try to give out some advice here. It's going to be awful probably. My wife is in the background. She's going to probably laugh a lot about my advice, yell and tell me that I'm incorrect, which is normal. Not the yelling part, that I'm incorrect part, which I am most of the time, but that's neither here nor there. So let's start. So let's load this up. We'll start with a question, simple one. Probably one that most people don't even think about. Not really, at least. So that is, am I the asshole for putting a passcode on my phone for the sole purpose of keeping my husband out of it? Okay. That's simple enough. No, generally not. I mean, it is your property, right? But I guess it goes further than that. So let's read it. Okay. My husband and I have been married for 12 years. There has not been a single year where I have not been accused of cheating. When I confront him, he says it's a joke. He doesn't actually think I would do that, and he wouldn't be with someone he thought would cheat. Okay. Background. This is his second marriage because his first wife actually did cheat on him. Okay. So let's start there. Obviously this guy has self-esteem issues. Trust issues as well. His first wife cheated on him. And so I understand. You know, well, I can put myself in his shoes. I don't understand really. You know, I think all relationships will always have this bit of suspicion to them with the whole cheating thing. Because it's hard. It's hard to imagine that the person you're with would only want to be with you at any point in time. Like, we as people always undervalue ourselves. We're critical of ourselves. Unless you're a sociopath or a true narcissist. Like, you never truly believe you're as good as you think you are, or that another person thinks you are. And so we find it very difficult to, as people, want to believe that someone wants to be with us alone. Okay. So, she goes on. I, however, have never cheated or ever given him a reason to think I am or would. One of my very close friends had an emotional affair. At the very same time, her husband was also having an emotional affair. Neither of the things affected us. Why bring that up then? Like, that's a very weird thing to bring up in a conversation. Like, what does your friend's affair have to do with you? Because of this, my husband says my friend is a bad influence, like I'm some 12-year-old and shouldn't talk to her. Your friend is probably fine. There are other things. Here's the problem. Nothing ever exists in a bubble or without context. So, assuming that your friend is a bad influence on you is not a good thing because we don't know anything about your friend. But second, again, both her and her husband were having emotional affairs, which means that something was going on in their relationship that wasn't working. My husband, she goes on still. My husband has always had access to my phone. After he found out about my friend, he would read through our text messages and turn our conversations into some alternate meaning, and then throw a huge fit accusing me of cheating based on the facts he read. This is why I don't read my wife's phone, I guess. But, you know, that's weird. Like, okay, here's the thing I don't get about this statement. And I'm probably taking this out of context. But how many conversations are you having with your friend about her cheating? Or her husband cheating? Like, that's weird. Like, your conversations shouldn't have that much, like, talk about her cheating, should they? I mean, it's a bit unusual. Okay, I got tired of it and put a passcode on my phone. Truthfully, I hate having it on there. It's so inconvenient for me. I just want to access my phone with no hassle. I'm tired of the bullshit that comes with him having that access, though. Although now I'm just accused of hiding something because of the code, I know I can't win, but am I the asshole for putting the code in there in the first place? Okay. Are you the asshole for putting a code on your phone? Absolutely not. It's your phone. My wife has a code on her phone. I have a code on my phone. I know my wife's code. I could look at her phone anytime I want. She wouldn't care. My wife knows my phone, and she can look at my phone whenever she wants. It's not a big deal. So it's a little weird that you're having conversations with your friend about cheating, saying that they aren't a huge issue, and then putting a code on your phone because you don't want to have an argument about it, knowing that's going to lead to an argument. I mean, unless he doesn't have access to your phone bill, and I assume being married, you probably have split bills. There's gonna be something here that he's gonna figure out, right? Like, he's gonna find out that you're talking to your friend or talking to somebody else. It's weird. Like, this whole thing is weird. You don't say whether or not he allows you to have access to his phone. I think that's the big equator, right? Your husband has already been cheated on. You're talking to your friend about cheating on a regular basis, apparently, which is weird. And then you throw a lock on your phone to prevent your husband from seeing your phone. The proper steps here would be, my significant other is uncomfortable with me talking to my friend about her infidelity or her husband's infidelity. Perhaps I should talk to my friend and say, I'm uncomfortable talking about your infidelity because it causes issues in my marriage as well. My husband has been cheated on in the past, and so for the sake of our relationship, can we please stick to conversations that are not about infidelity? That is a correct response. You know, and then if your husband reads that, still accuses you of cheating, well, then he's just an asshole. But that's the first step. The second step is, how often is your husband going through your phone? Like, why aren't you controlling that better? Why aren't you saying to your husband, hey, look, this is my phone. I don't feel comfortable with you looking at it every 5 minutes because all it does is lead to fights. You know, and the problem is, with technology, it's so easy to convince yourself that somebody's doing something wrong behind your back. Well, they're just deleting the conversation. They're deleting the application. They've got some kind of privacy mode on their phone. They're blocking it for me. I would like to say 99% of the time that's probably not happening. I am sure that in some cases there are people who are doing that. But the reality is this. Most people are too stupid to actually have a proper affair behind someone's back without getting caught. Second, again, it comes down to a matter of trust, right? If your relationship is so bad that neither one of you trusts each other, you need to do one of two things: seek therapy or end the relationship. If you don't have kids in the relationship, it's a lot easier. Just end it. Like, there's no reason to be with somebody who's accusing you of cheating every day and looking through your phone and stalking you. The same reason there's no reason to be with someone who's beating with you. It's still abuse, emotional or not. But at the same time, if you're going out of your way to lock your husband out of certain things, well, it stands to reason that something is happening that you don't want him to see. So, in the end, my advice for this is terrible. My advice for this piece of thing: am I the asshole for putting a passcode on the phone? You're an asshole for putting a passcode on the phone for the reason you put a passcode on the phone, not for simply putting a passcode on your phone. No, your husband does not have the right to look through it constantly. That's something you need to have a conversation with him about. Have a conversation with your friend. But hiding things is not going to make it better. Neither of you deserve to be in a relationship. Get divorced. Get out. And try to figure out your own issues. Okay. That's the first question. Let's go on to the next question. Okay. How do I, female 18, tell my parents that I think I'll be happier away from home without sounding like an ungrateful little shit? Let's stop at this title. Okay. How do you tell your parents that without sounding like an ungrateful little shit? Here's how you tell your parents that. Hey, Mom and Dad, I'm 18 years old. I believe I'm an adult. I think it's time for me to grow up and do adult things away from the house. You're an adult at that point. If you feel like you're going to be happier away from home, you'll be happier away from home. Like, that is literally the hope of every single parent, is that they've raised you well enough that you want to be an adult on your own. Like, I get that there's going to be some sadness when you leave home, but let's go deeper into this post. Okay, so I gotta wet my whistle here. This post is going to be a little long, so bear with me. My parents are good. They take care of me in everything. Never had a lack of anything material, but I don't know. Sometimes things at home have been really horrible. My mom has bipolar disorder, or borderline personality disorder. I can't tell because it's BPD. Please, don't abbreviate things that could have multiple meanings. It's hard to distinguish them. I'm going to assume borderline personality disorder here, and not bipolar, simply because of the fact of what she describes after. She says the most horrible things sometimes during her episodes. My dad just asked me to ignore her. Well, that's just horrible advice. Ignore her? Your dad should be standing up for you, not just telling you to ignore what your mom says. Never really talks to me about it or anything. Still leaves me in charge of her sometimes. I deny it, but when it has always affected me. Made me kind of shut down, become a robot, kind of just do whatever they want. Comes to a point where I don't know myself anymore. I don't know what I want, or what I like, or anything. My only sure source of happiness is making them happy. And they never seem happy with me. I'm so sick and tired of trying so hard and getting nowhere. Being miserable all the time. Well, yeah, you absolutely need to leave this situation. Like, how do you tell them you'll be happier? Tell them they're shitheads. Like, they sound like shitheads. They deserve to know they're shitheads. Like, okay, I don't talk to my mom. There's a reason I don't talk to my mom. My mom's a shithead. She knows she's a shithead, and I've told her that. Like, the one time, like, I didn't talk to my mom for 20 years. The one time I let her back into my life, she immediately started asking for money. Like, that's... Like, you don't disappear from someone's life for 20 years and then come back and ask for shit. Like, that's not how it works. You're not going to get anything from that. The same way, you don't treat people really bad and then expect them not to blow up in your face eventually. I mean, so let's go on. I mean, just today, I was talking to Mom. She said, I should do more for the interview I have at the local college. My parents wanted me to stay home this year because I was basically suicidal last year. I didn't want to. I wanted to take a gap year and go abroad next year. But I'm sucking up and doing it because they want me to. Well, don't do things because your parents want you to. You're 18. You're an adult. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. Okay. And I was trying to say that I have a bunch of points I want to bring up. I feel prepared. Don't want to keep at it because I don't think I'll ever feel prepared. And she blew up at me. Started yelling. Here are the things that I've heard today. Go to hell. Okay, if your mom tells you to go to hell, walk away. Go to your room. Wait until you're able to leave the house. Leave the house and never look back. If you don't get in and take a gap year, I won't be here. I'll die or check myself into a hospital. I can't see you wasting your life. Take a gap year. Here's the thing. You're young. You're 18 years old. You're going to absolutely regret not traveling abroad if that's your goal in 10 years down the road. You'll hate it. You'll hate everything. You'll resent your parents even more. You're ruining your life. You'll never get anywhere. Let's be honest. We live in a society where 1% of people get anywhere anyway. What does that mean? Well, what does get anywhere mean? Like, own a house? Have kids? Nice job? Does it mean being happy with yourself? Like, these kind of statements, these blanket statements your parents are making are horrifying. My wife went through this with her mom. Like, it's terrible. It's unappreciative. Like, your job as an 18-year-old is not to make your parents happy. Your job is to figure out who you are, make yourself happy, and prepare for the rest of your life. If you feel like going abroad is going to make you happy, do that. Anyway, it goes on. So yeah, kind of toxic sometimes. Toxic sometimes? That sounds like it's toxic all the time. It's horrifying. I really want to get away from all of this and go and join my friends in the States after a gap year. But my parents will probably call me ungrateful and other stuff. So cut them out. Look, if your parents don't appreciate who you are for who you are and don't want to see you as happy as possible, your job isn't to make them happy or suffer for them. Go to the United States after your gap year. Get into a college. Be happy. There's nothing wrong with that. But my parents will probably call me ungrateful and stuff. And I don't want to make them feel like they're bad parents or something. They're bad parents. These are terrible parents. They are willing to send me, but only for my master's degree. I have to stay here and do my bachelor's for 3 years, and I don't want to. I feel so guilty for even thinking that they're the reason I'm happy, but it's true, isn't it? Yeah, it's absolutely true. Okay. Your parents want you by them 24/7. It's a really fucked up codependent relationship in which you're getting nothing out of it, and they're sucking the life out of you. They're vampires. They're emotional vampires. Okay. Here's the thing. They'll send you to the United States for your master's degree, but want you to do the bachelor's here. Are you even sure they're going to send you for your master's degree? Because that doesn't seem like what it says. My feeling is they're going to give you your bachelor's and then tell you, good enough, get a job, cupcake, suck it up, we're not paying for anything. They tell me all sorts of crap and I'm sick of it. I want to go somewhere. No one will tell me what to do. I can just do what I want. I need it. So, how do I tell them I want to go away? Well, you graduate high school. You apply to as many colleges as you can. If you want to take your gap year, take your gap year. Just go away. Tell them that. Tell them, you make me feel awful for being your daughter. I need to get away from you. Our relationship is toxic. And I can't do it anymore. That's what you tell them. I know everyone wants to pussyfoot around everything all the time and pretend like other people's emotions matter the most. And you can't be mean to people. It's not mean. What your parents are doing to you is mean. You leaving isn't mean. It's what you're supposed to do when you grow up. And if you feel like you need to take a year off from their bullshit, from all the crap they've put you through, and all the pressure they put on you to get into school immediately after high school, do that. I'm more than willing to work on the side to pay for my own tuition and everything. Good luck with that. Tuition is not cheap, and you're not going to make enough money starting out to pay for tuition. I just need my independence. Time to figure myself out. I don't know how to tell them that, though. So I think I've resolved this issue already. We're done with that. Tell them. Just tell them that you need to be free. And go and be free. Okay. We're done with that. Those 2 questions are answered. I'm sure my wife is sitting over there and shaking her head and telling me I've given the worst advice ever. But you know what? It's the advice I'm sticking with. Because I am Dad the Wise. The wisest of all dads. My advice is solid. It is final. It is the judgment I have made. Let's play the game. World is currently full. Of course it's currently full. It's always full. So, I'm actually going to be streaming for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Then I probably won't be back on for quite a while tonight, as I have a lot to do. You will be able to catch me tomorrow, though, as, well, we have to drop our kids off at school, and then it's the first day of school, so we have to fill out some things tonight for the kids to hold in the morning as we take pictures of them. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do, but we will get this done. We will persevere. Tomorrow we will probably go bike riding or walk for a while and then come back. I'll probably stream for a little bit and then take the dog to get de-smellified. Then other things. Anyway, here we go. Yes. Herbert sent you? Grr, that worthless whore son. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. Hey, this sounds like the question I just asked. No, thanks. Oh, level 24 weapon coffer. Let's go see what I get in my coffer, shall we? Here we go. Weapon coffer 24. Here we go, here we go, here we go! Silver battle fork. Is that better than what I have? Or is it exactly the same thing I have? It's exactly the same thing I already have. Oh, okay. I feel like you out-level everything pretty damn quick in this game. Okay, so I am here. Okay, let's see what he says. I'm Medfred, the proud man of the Alamagan resistance. Why don't you have a shirt on? What business do you have with me, adventurer? Why are there more shirtless men? Okay, why are you wearing pants with belts but no shirts? Like, that's weird. You should be wearing nipple tassels at the very least. Okay. Well, that was a dramatic pose. Huh. You know the weird thing about their belts? Let's zoom in here real quick on this guy's crotch. That's what we like to do, right? Okay. So this guy is wearing like this tied up thing, and then he has a belt without a buckle on it. What does he do when he needs to pee? Unless he pees out his nipples, and that's why he's not wearing a shirt. That'd be unusual. Anyway, I'm going back to town real quick because I need to. Let's teleport to, it doesn't matter, New Gardenia. I need to get a better weapon at this point. I feel like I'm always falling behind on weapons and stuff, right? So let's see. My weapon is level 26. My headgear is level 23. My armor's 28. I'm wearing a level 17 belt. 17 shoes. I'm wearing a level 16 necklace. My earrings are okay. Level 15 ring, level 5 ring. Jesus, I need so much stuff. Okay. So let's go. Over here. Nope, not that one. I lied. Gosh darn it. I get confused in these towns sometimes. Don't zooming? I'm not sure what that means. What am I zooming? I don't know what I'm zooming, man. Can you clarify for me what zooming is? Oh, what the? That's the Leather Workers Guild. I don't want to go to your guild. That's creepy. I appreciate you showing up. I believe you are seeing me. Yeah, you're on YouTube. Excellent. Thanks for watching me on YouTube. I'm probably lagging a bit, actually, now that I think about it, considering I... What's in the company chest here? Whoa! Wow. Go free company. Oh. Oh, man. It's in view only mode. Oh, dang. Anywho. Do I play Animal Crossing? Yeah, I played Animal Crossing. So, my wife plays Animal Crossing more than I do, but she hasn't played in a while. But yeah. I have played Animal Crossing. It didn't really answer your question, though. I don't know. Anyway. Oh my. Oh my. I feel like this is too much money for my taste. I'm gonna move this down here and see. So always use. I don't want Velveteen anything really. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why 32 and 32, level 23, iron scale. Why would these be worse armor levels? I don't understand. Well, it's too much money again. It's all too much money for me. Wastes. I really need 14, 14, 1, 1, 1, 2. Well, that'd be nice right there. The Toad Skin Voyager's Belt. Oh my gosh. Okay, boots maybe? I don't know at this point. Let's try boots. My boots. Okay. I'm very sad right now. Oh well. Going back. Is this where it's supposed to be? I'm not sure. New. Let's go to Quarry Mill. Okay. All of the 40 parties currently recruiting all match your search conditions. I haven't searched for anything though. Okay. So I guess we gotta go south. So let's get my fat cat going. Come on, fat cat, let's go. Oh, he's over here. She's over here. It seems like I'm speaking with a lot of people here. Oh, okay. Well, this is circular. Literally going from one person to the other to the other. Okay. Oh, zooming. You mean zooming in on his crotch. Yeah. I did do that. I did do that. Sorry. You are 42. Yeah, somewhere around there. Unless you're talking about level, in which case I am 32. Level 32. Well, I forgot to talk to him again. We all gotta have a side hustle and a dream, right? My dream is to become the greatest, well-known streamer in history and have people adore me forever. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be the most well-known streamer, YouTuber of all time. I mean, it's never gonna happen. Obviously, I'm no Justin Bieber, but you know, it'd be nice to make a little extra side cash doing something that I enjoy. Right now, I spend most of my time doing nursing stuff, where I, you know, deal with people who don't necessarily need all the help that they think they need. Okay, so this guy literally wanted me to go out to kill some antelopes and bring antelope horns back to him. It's interesting. So let's head back. Do 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 do. Yep, got the horns for you. You wouldn't happen to know him, would you? Nope, never heard of him. Yeah. Deep Void Death Mouse. That sounds awesome. Run, my little fat friend, run! Oh. That's not me being mean. That's just me saying, you know, I have a fat cat and it has to run. Here we go. I hate you all so much for making me do this. This is way too much running and porting and running and porting and running and porting back and forth. Dungeons and Daddies is brought to you by not a BDSM podcast. Not a BDSM podcast. We don't do BDSM. Don't even ask. Ooh, more naked guys. Partially naked. Yeah, I brought some medicine for you. Oh, finally. Oh, look at that. Some terrible. Oh. Well, this is tough. I can't use those because I'm not that class. Those don't help me. And those are less than what I have already. Wonderful. So, I just make a face, I guess. Oh. Oh my gosh. Can't you two just talk to each other like normal humans? Holy. What, something's fighting me? That was a pretty big explosion. Boomity boom boom boom. What? How did that hit me? Look, he's in the cave. I like the idea that this guy is here in a cave with level 45 monsters, and suddenly level 27 monster shows up. Man, you're the oldest looking guy I've seen so far. Oh, look at him. He's all staggering and stuff. We never forsake each other. But I loved you, sir. I've always loved you. It's okay. I love you too. Your love is like a love that I love. Please love me. But sir, I already love you. Why is this so confusing? Thank you for bringing our love together once again. We love each other because we are men without shirts. And then they disappeared. Oh my god. So this guy runs all the way from town to meet this other guy who he tells me to rescue in the first place. Somehow he's capable of running all the way out here. Talks to this guy. And then they both disappear. And now I have to go back to town to turn the quest in. When I could have just turned it in if he had just stayed his bloody ass here for 4 seconds. Excellent. Not obnoxious enough. Oh man, the game is beautiful. The game plays great. The game is fun. But god damn, is some of the questions just stupid. Run here, run here, run here. Back and forth in a circle. Okay, you do that for 10 minutes. Go all the way to a completely different town, then teleport back to us. No, run over here. No, I'm going to talk to you. No, I'm going to disappear. Come back to me in town. quote the famous Morty, get all your shit together. Get it together, put it in a backpack, and get it together. It appears that I can at least get new boots. Finally. Yes, new boots. Oh, he wishes to repay my kindness. Can I just have the experience then? Because if you repay my kindness by making me do something else, that's not repaying my kindness at all. That's just making me do other things for you. Now that things are relatively centered, I seem to recall that you wanted something from me. You've proven a true friend of my people. Ask me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. Okay, cooperation. Guess cooperation's okay. So the little Alamigo. Okay. So now I have to teleport to Alamigo, which is on a completely different continent that they want to establish. Whatever. Telling you the storyline is just weird. Oh look, it's Left Shark, I think. I love Left Shark. Anyway, I'm tired. I've answered my questions. I played for 20 some minutes. I think it's time for me to head out. Oh, do I get a new belt too? I love new belts. Another thing that sucks, the system for equipping things. I shouldn't have to go into a completely separate inventory to equip something to myself. Okay. I'm not speaking with the Utes of El Amigo, but I am taking off for a little while. Thank you for watching me. Hopefully I'll have some extra questions to answer later. I'll pull some up.